6 proprietary signals fired across our top 5 names this week, and 5 of them lean the same direction. Bearish. Fear and greed sits at 18, deep in extreme fear. Yet Bitcoin closed the week up 3.38%. That tension is the whole story today. We'll walk the standout MACD crossunders, the historical base rate behind them, the week's biggest movers, and what would invalidate the bearish read heading into next week. Total crypto market cap stands at $1.92 trillion, up 2.98% on the day, but still pinned near multi-month lows. Bitcoin dominance pushed to 67.13%, up another 0.26%, which tells you capital is consolidating into BTC rather than rotating out the risk curve. The fear and greed index reads 18, extreme fear, the kind of reading that historically marks accumulation zones, though it can persist for weeks before reversing. Combine that with 5 simultaneous MACD bearish crossunders on the majors firing Sunday, and the setup is clear. Sentiment is washed out, momentum is rolling over, and traders are watching for either capitulation or a base. On the upside, Velvet led the tape with a 1,204% move, followed by Audiera at plus 130% and Build On at plus 52%. BitTensor added 27.56% and WorldCoin 19%, with the AI and identity basket clearly catching a bid against a weak broader market. These are small cap, high beta names, the kind that move when liquidity hunts for asymmetry rather than safety. Worth noting, none of these moves changed the dominance picture. BTC still absorbed flows. On the downside, Humanity dropped 31.32%, LAB fell 23.71%, and Binance Life shed 22.45%. Stellar lost 10.44%, and DZ was down 9.99%. The losers skew toward recent narrative tokens and lower liquidity names, exactly what you expect to unwind first when the fear and greed index sits at 18. Large caps held up materially better than the long tail this week, which is itself a defensive signal. Bitcoin trades at $64,462, up 3.38% on the day and on the week. The MACD bearish crossunder fired Sunday. Historically, that exact signal has closed higher 30 days later only 54% of the time across 1,188 prior firings, averaging a 2.4% drawdown versus a 2.8% gain for simply holding. So the base rate leans soft, not catastrophic. Counterbalancing that, the daily candle printed a bullish engulfing pattern. RSI at 39 is neutral, and CoinDesk flagged the Space XIPO bid as near-term support. Net signal score is -13. Key level, $64,000 is the line that separates a base from a breakdown. Ethereum sits at $1,673, up 2.90% over 24 hours and flat on the week. RSI at 32 is approaching oversold but not there yet, and the same MACD bearish crossunder fired Sunday. Same 54% historical base rate, same average -2.4% follow-through. Cointelegraph noted ETH futures flashing a bearish signal while staking flows remain resilient, which captures the split tape exactly. Derivatives weak, spot holders sticky. Signal score is -25, the weakest read in our majors after Solana. Watch $1,650 as the level that defines whether this is consolidation or continuation lower. BNB closed at $611, up 3.17% on the day. This is the most constructive chart in the majors right now. RSI at 49 is dead neutral. Trend reads up despite the MACD crossunder and a bullish engulfing pattern printed on the daily. Signal score of +17 is the only green reading in our top 5. Van X note this week argued BNB's real-world usage differentiates it in a crowded ETF pipeline, which is a fundamental tailwind layered on top of a technically firmer setup. Key level, $600 holding turns the bearish MACD into a likely false signal. XRP trades at $1.14, up just 0.78% on the day, the weakest 24-hour print in our spotlight. RSI at 36, MACD bearish, trend down, signal score -25. CoinDesk reported XRP sentiment hit an 8-month low this week, and historically that specific sentiment extreme has preceded recoveries. Though, as always, past tendency is not a forecast. Ripple's push to make XRP and RLS the settlement rails for AI agent payments is a longer-dated narrative, not a 30-day catalyst. Watch $1.10 as invalidation. Below that, the structure breaks. Solana posted the best daily move in our majors at plus 5.39%, printing $68.05. But the underlying technical picture is the weakest we cover. Signal score -41, MACD bearish crossunder, downtrend intact. and a head and shoulders pattern completed on the daily. Historically, a continuation lower setup, not a reversal one. RSI at 40 is neutral, so there's room either way. The bounce is real, but the structure says relief rally until proven otherwise. Key level, $72 is the neckline reclaimed that would invalidate the head and shoulders read. To recap, 5 MACD bearish crossunders on the majors, a 54% historical base rate that leans mildly soft, fear and greed at 18, and BNB the lone constructive chart. Next week, watch BTC $64,000, ETH $1,650, and SOL's $72 neckline. Those are the levels that confirm or invalidate the bearish read. For live signal tracking across every coin we cover, the screener is at Coinseekly.com. Subscribe for next Monday's recap. Educational analysis, not financial advice. Always do your own research.